The first thing people notice about poverty is money. The last thing they understand is everything else. Reza learned this early. He grew up in a small apartment where sound traveled faster than light. You could hear neighbors coughing, arguing, praying, and crying through the walls. Privacy was a luxury, like hot water that didn't disappear after 5 minutes. Every morning, Reza woke up before the sun. Not because he was disciplined or ambitious, but because his mother needed the kitchen. One stove, one pan. Too many worries. Breakfast was usually bread and tea. Sometimes there was cheese. When there wasn't, no one mentioned it. Silence became a skill you learned in poor houses. At school, Reza noticed the differences. Some kids talked about vacations, new phones, and restaurants. Reza talked less, not because he was shy, but because every conversation felt like a test he could fail without studying. Teachers told him to focus on the future. The future, Reza learned, was expensive. After school, he worked. Not a job with a title, just work. Carrying boxes, cleaning floors, delivering things people didn't want to carry themselves. His hands aged faster than his face. At night, he studied with tired eyes and louder thoughts. Poverty was not just the lack of money. It was the constant calculation. If I buy this, I lose that. If I rest today, I pay tomorrow. If I get sick, everything collapses. One winter, his father lost his job. No dramatic scene. No goodbye speech. Just one evening where he came home earlier than usual and sat down without saying a word. The room felt smaller after that. Bills arrived like threats in envelopes. Reza's mother learned how to smile while worrying. His father learned how to be silent while feeling useless. Reza learned how to become older without permission. People often say poverty builds character. That's easy to say from a comfortable chair. What poverty really builds is fear. Fear of mistakes. Fear of hope. Fear of dreaming too loudly. Still, something stubborn lived inside Reza. He borrowed books. He watched free lectures. He studied at night when the city slept and no one needed him to be strong. Knowledge felt like the only thing poverty couldn't take away once it was inside your head. Years passed slowly, painfully, unevenly. Reza did not become rich overnight. There was no miracle, no movie ending. But one day he noticed something small and dangerous. He was no longer ashamed. He could talk about where he came from without lowering his voice. He could look at money as a tool, not a judge of his worth. Poverty had shaped him, but it did not own him. The weight was still there, but he was stronger now. And sometimes that is enough to keep going.